Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Penapple and today I am starting off kind of like a series. So I'm excited. I love how I was like, a series? Is that what I'm doing? I don't know what happened to my voice. I don't know. But anyways, so usually at this point I would say if you're interested in this build you can find it on the gallery. My origin ID is penappleYT, but it is not going to be up on the gallery because this is going to be part of a save file. Ooh, I still don't know how to do that. I'm going to have to ask Sam. Hey, Harry, how to do that. She'll tell me, right? Sam, help. But basically, if you guys remember back to the Brindleton Bays, where me and so many other people, gorgeous people, redid all of Brindleton Bay and did every single lot and that sort of thing. Think of that. But I'm going to be doing that with San Myshuno all by myself. And I'm scared because there's a lot to do. Hopefully I'll be able to get it all done. I kind of thought it'd be nice to start a sort of long-term plan idea or the thing to do with you guys. If you guys have any suggestions for what specific lots that you'd like to see, any specific apartment types, I have a lot. I'm hoping that they're all going to be kind of diverse. But the thing I'm really excited about with the save file is that it is going to be base game, city living, and Peacemaker custom content only. So I'm really excited because I've been wanting to do my own save file for a while. I wanted some sort of idea or starting point for it. I didn't just want to redo it and have it not be interesting. I've seen some really cool ones. So I wanted something slightly unique, and so I thought, well, I could do a custom content one. And if I focus on Peacemaker CC, that's really easy to get because if you don't know, Peacemaker is a fantastic custom content creator, and he just, oh my god, he has the best stuff. It's very well done. It looks pretty Maxis match, which means it fits with the current game style, and he frequently updates his custom content, so when a new game patch comes out or a new expansion pack or whatever comes out, he's usually pretty quick to fix any CC that gets broken by that. And so I thought that would just be a very easy content creator to use their CC to redo an entire world, because he's been doing it for a while. He has a lot of CC. There's sky's the limit basically. And also I have the the base game and the what's it called? City living stuff to use. So hopefully I won't go too crazy because that is still kind of limited, but I'm really excited about the save file because it means that to play with this entire save file, all you're going to need to have is the base game and the city living, which has a pretty, it's what, is that a $90 retail value? But those both have been out for a while, so hopefully you'll be able to find some sales, or hopefully you'll have them already. Just because I know that not everyone can or wants to have all of the Sims 4 content like I do. I've spent an obscene amount of money. Not all at once, mind you. They slowly release the content, and so I feel it's fine, it's just $10. And then I turn around and, oh look, I've spent just $10 14 times. Yes, there are 14 stuff packs. And yes, I have all of them. But anyway, I'm not bitter, I'm fine. Oh, but custom content, especially Peacemakers, is usually free. Peacemakers is all free, and so that's really exciting. But I haven't really talked about the build. What I'm building is sort of a renovated factory, which again is kind of similar to the one I did for the Brindleton Bays collab, but I couldn't use CC for that one, and even if I could, I wouldn't have at the time because I wasn't super into CC then. But this uses this, I really like these stone archways that he's made. That's all custom content. And I loved putting the grid type windows behind it because that's what I imagine old factory windows looking like. And I kind of tried to recreate that look just with vanilla game, which is not CC. It's just what's in the game already. I tried to recreate that, but it was kind of hard to do. But this is what I really thought it would look like, and I definitely was inspired by one of Hey Harry's Sam's build. She's kind of the queen of CC. She's amazing. But she did these style windows for a competition. It was Chloe Sims 4K sub on YouTube competition. And we both entered that. And that's how I kind of got into the Peacemaker CC, because that was one of the things she allowed for the competition was you were allowed to use Peacemaker CC. Any Peacemaker CC, you're allowed to use it. And that kind of I had been for a while wanting to use custom content. For a while now, I had just been kind of a little too lazy to download it for myself. It just can take a bit of effort. You kind of just have to sit down and download every single thing and blah, blah, blah. So I just kind of hadn't gotten around to it, but that kind of kickstarted it, pushed me in the right direction. And now I'm doing a whole save file. Send help. Send help. So many lots. That's so little time. But yeah, so Sam did a very similar thing with the windows, so I just want to throw that out there. I totally snatched that from her. No shame. I actually messaged her before, and I was like, is this okay? And she was like, I don't know why you're whispering. It's totally fine. Oh my gosh, but yeah. So one of the things that I'm really proud with how this turned out is this little sign thing. I have no idea what they used to make in this factory, but I like this little sign. I think it added kind of some interest to the whole thing, and it just ended up looking so flawless because this square thing, it was too small, and then it was too big, and I was like, what am I gonna do? And then I added this trim, and it was the exact right size, and I was just like, yes, it looks perfect. It looks like it was built into the building as an advertisement for the factory. I don't know what this factory used to make. The last refurnished factory I made was a fish factory because it was in Brindleton Bay and it was right next to, it was on the wharf. So this one I'm not sure. I kind of one factory that I always kind of remember is from the original Jumanji movie. I think his dad owns a shoe factory, and I always thought that looked really cool. To be honest, I don't remember what it looks like, but I kind of get that vibe from this. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I also watched the new Jumanji last night, so I'm a little Jumanji's on the brain. But I apologize. There was a couple of things that got cut out here, especially me building the basement section, which I was really proud of, and I thought I had recorded that, so I apologize. But I really do like going into the basement, and when I add more space to a build, because this had a very restricted floor plan, because as big as I built it, the floor plan was kind of wasted some space. And so to counteract that, I built into the basement. And when I build into the basement, I hate the fact that there's no windows or natural lighting. So I will often build a separate basement area that's exposed to the above ground, so it gets all the natural lighting, and I can put windows in the basement, and it just, it works. It works. And that's actually one of the things I did for Chloe's 4K competition, which I did actually win. So that was very exciting. I haven't really won a build competition before, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I did once. Urban Sims wanted a penthouse built for her, and so a couple of people built penthouses and offered them up, but that wasn't really a competition. It kind of was, kind of wasn't, but I did win that one, which was very exciting at the time. Oh my gosh, I was over the moon. But I actually won that one, the Chloe's 4K, so I'm very excited. But here, this living room space, this could have been, and I thought of dividing it into a living room and a bedroom, kind of putting a dividing wall, but it was just such a gorgeous open space, and I ended up putting crossbars in it, or crossbars. Is that what it's called? Oh gosh. Well, you can see them there. They go along the top and they look cute. And if I had been able to use either Seasons or City Living, I would have used the really nice, I think they're called spandrels, but they give a better appearance of those thick wood beams. In this case, I just used a base game fence, and it is what it is. It's not the best looking, but I do like how it turned out. And if you're in game, you can always change it to make it look better. Please, please go ahead. But because the space was so big, I actually ended up dividing it into basically 2 living rooms. And so I have one area where it's a living room with a TV, and the other one, the living room the other like seating area is facing the fireplace, which also this fireplace is beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's amazing. It makes no sense inside. It makes no sense. All the smoke would just go into the room. Luckily, it's The Sims, and stuff like that don't matter, because otherwise I'd be in trouble. The fire code, they'd come to get me. Because, oh my gosh, I've been in a building when, like, at least they had the flue shut, which is where the smoke of a fireplace escapes out the flue. And they had the flue shut, and the smoke just went, like, they had lit the fire, and all the smoke just went into the room, and it was so hazy. This is at a Girl Scout camp. We, like, for whatever reason, the summer was just so cold and wet. It was basically like winter almost, really. Like, I remember they were trying to keep us all warm because it was just pouring rain and it was really, really cold. And so they lit a fire in the, like, main dining room area, like mess hall. But it had been so long since anybody had lit a fire in there that they didn't think to check to make sure the chimney was actually open. And so the flue was shut. They finally figured out how to open it, which took effort. And I think they actually had to, like, clear out the fire, because to open the flue, you have to reach into the chimney. And if there's a fire going on, that's a little difficult. I'm talking really fast. But anyways, the main part of that memory I wanted to get to, since we're here, is they didn't have any warm drinks to serve. I don't think they either didn't have, like, enough, like, cocoa mix or whatever. So instead of, like, serving us tea or, I don't know, just warm water, something to heat us up, they gave us warm lemonade, like tea level warm lemonade. So it wasn't like lukewarm lemonade, but it was just warm lemonade. And I always remember that as just being absolutely bizarre. And that's where we got from the fireplace, the CC fireplace, to warm lemonade. It's almost like a talent in a way. Like, I can just take the conversation and just go, I can just bolt. I'm gone. I'm running. We're off, and we're talking about, like, dolphins or pugs. That's a very common topic for me to go to, though. Or warm lemonade. So anyways, but this kitchen, I ended up really loving how it turned out. I love the, like, little dining table. I especially love the rugs. Like, I was having a lot of trouble in this build sort of establishing a color scheme until I got to the living room, and then I kind of was like, okay, we kind of have, like, a red and blue vibe going on, and I really wanted this build. I feel like I often tend towards, like, feminine, like, color schemes, which is totally fine, and I feel like any sim, male or female, can live in my builds, because gender is a construct. Sorry. But for this build, I kind of wanted it to be very, like, just, you know, bolder in a way, less, like, soft, less pastel. And so I went with this kind of red and blue, and I had to be kind of careful because I didn't want to incorporate too much white, because then we got red, white, and blue, and it's patriotic. And I know the 4th of July is coming up, but that was not the goal. And then, so there are some rooms that are a little bit different. Like, the basement turned more green for whatever reason. I think just because I like the bedspread that I picked there. But this office was exciting, a really fun use of color, because I was going strong with this blue and red color scheme. And then almost at the very end, I put in one of the ceiling lamps, and it's yellow. And I just loved how that turned out. And so I added all these pops of yellow into the office, and it just turned out fantastic. I was really pleased with how that turned out. But yeah, I'm not sure what kind of person would live here. I'm kind of trying to come up with stories, sort of. I don't know. I'm kind of bad at that. There are multiple types of building. Some people will come up with a story, well, this house is for this many Sims, and they're this age, and this is what's going on in their lives, and I think that's so cool. I have a really hard time doing that. I have a hard time keeping track. Ooh, I don't know if you could just hear my stomach rumble, but it was really long and extended, and I apologize. Whew, that was like an event. Like, I feel like my stomach just, like, had an event. But anyways, I just feel like I can't keep track of the Sim stories in my head that I'm building for, and so usually I just try and make something that looks cool, and, like, I feel like I can kind of keep track, like, oh, this is a refurbished factory, you know, so it's kind of like a little bit, not necessarily grungy, but more industrial. It's a little edgy, you know, and it's somebody, I feel like somebody very stylish lives here who has a more, like, bold, like, color choice, and so I can remember that, but that's about it. Here, I had a lot of fun with this. This is actually a table made by Peacemaker, but I sized them down and I made like almost like a triangle, like ladder, and I turned it into a bookshelf, and it was a lot of painstaking work, but it was also a lot of fun. I did really have fun. Like, and it's fun to use the custom content in a similar way that I would use like the content we get in the game. I guess I can call it vanilla content, just because I often find like ways to use the stuff like creatively, and that's fun. Because, I just totally lost my train of thought. I don't know. Oh no. Oh gosh, it's like we were in a car and we were like kind of going along, and we were kind of going along a windy path. You know, maybe we took a couple side roads here and there, but we were still rolling. And then like I ran out of gas and we kind of came to a stumbling halt, and now I don't know what to talk about except for this car metaphor, which is ironic because I currently don't drive. I don't have a car, and I don't know anything about cars very much. I'm definitely one of those people who somebody will be like, oh yeah, I'm driving a Honda Civic, and I'm like, what color is it? They're like, it's silver. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll find this car, and I'll just walk to the first silver car I'll see, and they'll be like, that's like a truck. I don't actually know what, I think a Honda Civic is like, it has four wheels. and yeah, I actually don't really know what a Honda Civic is. I just know of the name, and I feel like I don't know. I'm so bad with car names. I used to be very proud. I used to drive a Chevy S10, which is a truck. And so I used to be very proud. People were like, oh, what type of car do you drive? And I'm like, I drive a Chevy S10. It's like, I know car words. I know the code words. Look at me go. But I was just like, I drive a truck. Does it have front wheel drive or back wheel drive? I don't know. I would put sandbags in the back when it would snow. Anyways, that my car knowledge, like whenever I get an Uber, or I've also tried Lyft, I always like very studiously memorize the license plate because I'm not going to be able to tell what kind of car it is. I think sometimes they include a picture, but even that doesn't help. Like, I will walk past my boyfriend's car. He's had the same car since we've been dating. We've been dating for almost 5 years. I couldn't pick out his car in a lineup. I really couldn't. I have to like tell by the interior of the car sometimes. It's bad. It's really bad. We're all good at different things, and one of those things for me is not telling cars apart at all. It's really bad. I'm also bad at acronyms. I'm really bad at like remembering acronyms. CC stands for custom content, by the way, just so you know. But this room definitely doesn't have any blue in it, and so it has more like reds and oranges and yellows, and I love how it turned out. I based it off of that bedspread. This is a city living bed. It's not custom content. And I really like this bed, and I feel like I haven't had a huge like amount of opportunity to use it. Just because I don't actually use red all that much in my builds, especially not for like a whole room. But it's interesting. Using color in this build was really fun because most of the furniture and the floors and the walls are all kind of different colors of brown. And so I really relied on the furniture to make this build exciting and not dreary and not resemble just like, you know, a nice little poop factory. That's what they made here, guys. I figured it out. It was either that or chocolate. I hope it was chocolate, not poop. What are you talking? I'm sorry. I had a little bit of a breakdown there. We're good. I just don't know how to do voiceovers, that's all. Yep. How you doing today? I would actually really love to hear about it in the comments. I love comments so much. I'm notoriously terrible at replying to them. If I ever like don't reply to your comment, like especially not within like a few days, usually I try and get to them within a week. But sometimes I'm just terrible. And the thing with me in comments is I see them, I read them, I check them, I appreciate them, I laugh when they're funny. You know, I really, I really do read them, and I'll even share some of them with my boyfriend. I don't respond. I'm terrible. Like, I do eventually, but like I almost like to hoard them like a dragon or something. You know, like, oh my God, I have all these cool comments I need to respond to. And that also, I just get busy, and it's a lot faster to read a comment than it is to read and respond to one. But I do apologize. And for some of the ones that are more time sensitive, I do try and get to them, but I'm just terrible. That is one of the reasons why I like streaming on Twitch now, is because there's like no excuse and I can just say it out loud. Because it takes some effort to type, especially if I check the comments on my phone. I really dislike using my phone to type things. Like, there have been times when I've had friends like direct message me on Twitter, and I'll like be in bed and I'll be on my phone and I'll be like, okay, well, gotta respond to this. Let me just get out of bed and go over to my desktop, open Twitter, and then respond. I hate texting on my phone that much. It's like awful. But this is the little downstairs basement area. I really love how it turned out. It took a little bit of effort. I love how this bathroom turned out. This bathroom looked so much fun. And I totally like glazed over the part where I feel like maybe this could belong to a painter. At least one of the Sims could be painting, but there was a little paint studio above like kitchen area, and I repeated that same sort of fencing trick to make the wood beams in that area. And you saw it in the intro, because I did, if I say so myself, an awesome flyover. I loved how that worked out. Had to film that twice because I thought I was filming the first time and I wasn't. But I had so much fun. Editing, like doing the fly-throughs for this build was just so fun and exciting, and putting it together, it was just it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And so yeah, but artists could potentially live here. And I also have like some areas where they could have started doing some of the murals and stuff like that. And so it should all be good. And one of the things I'm really excited about with this build is because it's a save file, things should be exactly the same way as I left them, because you don't have to I don't have to upload it to the gallery, and you guys don't have to download it. I will just be like giving you like a link to the save file, if I can figure out how to do that. I don't think it's that hard, but I also just don't know how to do it at this point in time. So, but I will figure it out, I promise. But this bathroom ended up looking just this one doesn't even have any windows, and it's still, I think, just the way the like brightness of the towels and the countertop, I think it really helped make the space like look a lot better. But this bedspread is why I kind of went with the green color scheme down here, which slightly defeats the purpose. I've definitely been trying to like keep on track with color schemes throughout builds, because it is a little bit weird to have like 8 different rooms of varying color schemes. It's like a little, I mean, it is and it isn't, because, you know, especially in family homes, like you let your kids kind of do whatever they want with their rooms, or within reason, but you know, you'll end up with like a really bright purple room because your son likes purple, or you end up with a really bright pink room because your daughter likes pink, or whatever, that sort of thing. And that doesn't really make sense in this type of build, which is, I don't imagine a kid living here at all. That'd be a lot, but deep breaths, Penelope. Deep breaths. But I've kind of far into this, but I will be leaving links for Peacemaker down below, of course. And I feel like this question will pop up, and I'll answer the question that I feel like will pop up. I will not be posting like any sort of, I will not be like reposting any of Peacemaker CC. I will not have like the file of CC that I used. I'm not going to be doing that, just because like that's not my custom content. I'm using it in a build, but I'm not going to give you guys the custom content. So you'll get the save file, but you will have to go to Peacemaker's website and download all of his CC yourself. And I will try and make a list somewhere eventually when I do put out the save file of all the different CC of his that I used. But it's kind of like plagiarism to take all of your CC and just like give it to other people type thing. But yeah, so I probably should have explained that at the very beginning, because I'm sure I will get a question. But oh well. I will be doing more of these videos as well, so we have those to look forward to. I've already done 3 apartments. So I've done 1 lot and 3 apartments, and I think there are like, how many? I think there are quite a few for me to do. One second. Okay, I had to go look it up. I have a spreadsheet. I'm I'm kind of a nerd, and I'm an organizational nerd. It gets worse when I'm in school, so look out. But I have a spreadsheet, and I wrote down all of the different lots and their names, and I'll probably end up renaming them. And I wrote down just like a whole bunch of information. But basically, there are a total of 31 lots, including apartments and the sort of, the freestyle lots that we had before apartments came out, that sort of thing, the normal ones. So there are 31 in total, and I have done 4. 4. I've done 4. We're 13% of the way, guys. I won't be doing all of them in speed builds. Obviously, this is the first speed build I'm doing, and I've already done 4 of the lots. Some of them will be on stream, and some of them won't. I finished up one of the ones I was working on stream just yesterday for you guys, or even further back, depending on how late you are watching this. Oh my gosh. You could be watching this in 2019. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm gonna have, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so funny. It's gonna be like January 1st, 2019. Did I say 13? I didn't say 13, did I? 19. I think I said 19. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what I say. But it's going to be January 1st, 2019, and I'm going to get an influx of comments of people saying, it's 2019! And I'm just going to be like, yay! I know! And then I'll finally remember my ridiculous voiceover that I did today. All comes full circle, don't it? Oh yeah, I have a lot of lots left, and I want to do them in different styles, and I want to do some for families and single couples and new people to the city. I might maybe do 1 or 2 where I just do like a whole floor plan and have everything ready to go, and then you move in your sim, and so you can pick out your own furniture. I might do 1 or 2, maybe 2 like that, depending on how lazy I get. That could be fun. I'll definitely be doing like some karaoke bars and stuff like that. I can't do anything like a cafe. I can't do anything that has like a spa, anything that has content that came out that isn't city living. So before or after, because it's just city living and base game all the way. But anyways, we are coming up on the end of this really wild, this one got away from me, voiceover. I really hope that you guys are having a great day. If it's 2013 for you, let me know, because you've invented a time machine and I want in. If it's 2019, let me know. I'll be confused, but it's all good. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!